Links in the description. I'm going to go through most of the article, not quite all, so it could be a little bit further reading that you might wish to do. There's a video in the article which goes on for 3.5 minutes. I won't be playing that video. I've not watched it. I feel that it's likely a little too distressing. I don't want to watch it, but you do have a link should you wish to. Trigger warnings. This is in regards to a current case of the death, the alleged murder of Arthur Labinjo-Hughes, a 6-year-old boy in the United Kingdom. And he was also allegedly tortured. I mean, I've got to say allegedly because that's what we need to do, and it's an ongoing court case, as I mentioned. But if any of the details are true, or if the key details are true within this article, as well as other articles which are coming out on a near daily basis, then the two alleged culprits, killers, the alleged killers, deserve a special place in hell. So the alleged killers are Thomas Hughes, his father. Arthur Labinjo-Hughes, the 6-year-old boy's father, is one of the two alleged killers. The other is the father's girlfriend, Emma Toustin. And according to the allegations made, that's the information that's coming out during the court case, within the article, the other articles that I've read through, and I've made another video on this tragic case. Please do take a look at that one. Actually, a couple of videos as it happens. But yeah, seemingly, allegedly, the both of them were torturing Arthur Labinjo-Hughes. The father seemed to be egging on the girlfriend, and it seems allegedly that the girlfriend was alone at the time that Arthur Labinjo-Hughes was, I'll say, finally murdered. She was alone. He seemingly died of a severe blow to the head, which seems to have been struck by a hard surface. The head struck a hard surface. The defendant, the alleged killer, Emma Toustin, or one of the alleged killers, claims that that was a self-inflicted wound. That's probably not the right word. Injury, self-inflicted injury. But the medical experts state that is extremely unlikely. So, in any case, full trigger warnings. Gonna read through most of the article, as I mentioned. Arthur's harrowing last hours. Starving, stick-thin boy, 6 years of age, cries, "No one loves me," in heartbreaking video as he desperately tries to pick up his duvet cover from the floor where he was forced to sleep before he was beaten to death by his father and stepmother. The harrowing last recorded moments of a tortured 6-year-old boy show him struggling to pick up his duvet from the floor where he was forced to sleep for days on end, just hours before he was allegedly murdered by his father and stepmother. The heart-wrenching clip captured on CCTV shows an emaciated Arthur Labinjo-Hughes, whose pajamas appear to be hanging off of him. He grimaces in pain as he tries to pick up his cover and his special Avengers pillow. The distressing footage, which again, there's a 3.5 minute video here. I'm not going to play it. The distressing footage was shown to jurors at Coventry Crown Court, that's in the United Kingdom, on Tuesday, where Thomas Hughes, the father, 29 years of age, and Emma Toustin, 32 years of age, the father's girlfriend, are accused of killing Arthur at their home in Solihull, West Midlands, United Kingdom, on June the 17th last year. In the haunting video, filmed just hours earlier on June the 16th, the tragic boy is seen struggling to stand before slumping to the floor of the living room. Arthur cries, "No one loves me." He cries that 4 times as he struggles to walk to the other side of the room while appearing to be suffering from a limp. It takes him more than 2 whole minutes to be able to stand up, pick up his duvet, and walk the distance of about 2 meters to a door leading to another room. In audio clips released alongside the video by the police, West Midlands Police, little Arthur is also heard saying, "No one is going to feed me." And he said that 7 times in 44 seconds. So, there's the CCTV footage. Again, I'm not going to play it. But he's extremely weak. He's completely emaciated. He can't even pick up a duvet, a doona. It's too heavy. He can barely walk 2 meters to the door. He's crying in pain. He feels, rightly so, that nobody loves him. His family doesn't love him. And he fears that he's not going to be fed. So back to the article. The court heard the youngster suffered an unsurvivable brain injury after being subjected to a campaign of cruelty which amounted to the medical definition of child torture. This included being deprived of food made to stand for 14 hours a day and being poisoned with salt. Hughes, the father, and Houston, the father's girlfriend, deny murdering Arthur and multiple counts of child cruelty. The release of the audio clips on Tuesday come after voice notes of Arthur crying sent from Houston's phone have been prominent over the course of the trial. The jury heard Houston, the girlfriend, would often message Hughes, the father, within minutes of him leaving the home with an audio file of Arthur crying, accompanied by a text saying words to the effect of "started again" or "still going." The prosecution said Houston recorded more than 200 voice notes during a 3-month period. Arthur, the boy, has been heard calling for his uncle and grandmother in some of the voice recordings. He has also been recorded asking for a drink, while in other clips, Houston, the girlfriend's voice, could be heard saying "stand still" and issuing other similar instructions. On Tuesday, jurors were played the CCTV footage of Arthur struggling to move his duvet after being forced to sleep in the living room for the 5th day in a row. In what were the final hours of Arthur's life, jurors were told he was so weak and frail he could barely lift the covers as he woke up on the morning on June the 16th. The schoolboy was later killed as a result of having his head banged repeatedly against a hard surface at the hands of Houston, it is alleged. Arthur's uncle, Blake Hughes, told the court last month the youngster broke out in tears after claiming that Houston had pushed him against a wall and branded him ugly. This is Arthur. This is the father. There's Arthur again. So going back to the article, he told the court, and this is a quote from Arthur's uncle, Blake Hughes, so the father's brother. He told the court he said his mum didn't love him and had abandoned him. He then started to break out crying. He went on to say nobody loved him. Jurors have been told how Houston, the father's girlfriend, would send the father voice notes of Arthur crying whenever he left the house. Hughes, the father, would reply with messages such as, "Dig Arthur's grave. I'll take his neck off. And the kid is getting it when I get back." He also sent texts saying that he would take the, I'm not going to say that, CUNTING. He also sent texts saying that he would take his jaw off his shoulders and told his partner to put Arthur out with the rubbish. Earlier this week, Hughes, the father, admitted he would also use pressure points on Arthur's neck to discipline him after seeing videos about police brutality in the United States online. He said he would use these pressure points for around 10 to 15 seconds to help discipline young Arthur. Prosecutor Jonas Hankin said the pair routinely physically and verbally abused Arthur to cause him significant harm and suffering. Yeah, I mean, there's the article. So, you know, I know it's a little bit dull listening to someone read that out. But essentially, I mean, he's completely emaciated, struggling to walk. He hasn't been fed. He's been forced to stand 14 hours a day in a hot hoodie, a hoodie or a onesie even, in the hot sun. He's being tortured. His father is saying to his girlfriend, "Oh, we're going to beat him up. We're going to dig him in. I'm going to take his head off his shoulders." The father's girlfriend is calling him ugly. You know, he's crying to himself and to his uncle that nobody loves him. He doesn't feel that anyone's going to feed him. I mean, this is probably the most disgusting case that I've read through since I started my true crime channel, you know, a little over a month ago. This is pretty harrowing, as the article says.